Hi, everyone. Welcome to a special edition of Mini Scroll, where instead of bringing you guys the biggest stories on the internet for today, I am bringing you an interview in real life that I did last week with Real Housewives of Salt Lake City stars Heather Gay and Whitney Rose. Heather and Whitney were here in Sydney during South by Southwest Sydney with Hayu to promote the new season. Thank you so much to Hayu for entrusting me with this interview. I had the best time, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Let's do it. On the set, I feel like I have popcorn in my teeth, but my Botox has kicked in, and so I can't really lick my teeth.
You're good.
I am so excited to be sitting here today with two of my favorite Real Housewives from one of my favorite franchises, Heather Gay and Whitney Rose from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys so much for joining me. How are you enjoying Sydney?
Obsessed. Literally want to move here. Yeah. This is the coolest place I've
like I did that.
Children at home going, what?
Yeah, no, I might send for the husband and children. Sydney is so amazing. So many, we've had the best time.
Yeah. I feel like a kinship with this country. Like, they see me, I see them, I feel at home,
and
I feel accepted.
Everyone is so nice.
Yeah, everyone is so sweet. I moved from Canada 8 years ago, and I obviously never left.
True. So you I didn't even hear that you don't have an accent.
Yeah.
Solidarity.
Exactly. As a viewer and a big fan of Housewives, I am curious to hear about your experience being on the show more generally, how it influences your real life relationships.
I think the best way, do you want to go first?
I was going to say, well, what it's done is make the only relationships we have are the relationships on the show, because no one else can tolerate us. So it has made these relationships become even more primal in our lives, you know?
Yeah, I was going to say the circle of friends has definitely gotten smaller. Mm-hmm. You truly learn who's in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and it's hard. I think the more the show has gained popularity, you really have to trust or learn people's intentions. Mm-hmm. But to Heather's point, we have, if I didn't have Heather through this experience, I can't even explain our dynamic. It's just beautiful.
I'm basically her savior.
So pretty much I got stuck with her, but now we're best friends.
Well, it's changed over the years, right? So
yeah, I mean, it changes a lot, but our external relationships, going on the show and writing the book, I don't have a relationship with my family or my community. Mm-hmm. So the greater community has become people that watch the show and my friends that are on the show, and it feels like a complete change, you know, from who was integral in my life before.
Yeah, and speaking to the fandom and the wider Bravo community, I'm so interested to hear how having such a chronically online fandom impacts you guys, how you guys deal with that. I feel like Bravo is so unique in the sense that fan interaction and the culture of the fandom is so integral to its success. Watch What Happens Live, people calling in, reunions, people asking you guys questions, fan interaction is so important to the network. How do you guys deal with that?
I mean, it's 90% absolute support and joy and love, and that feeds your soul in a way that is terrifying. But the negative, you just have to be able to recuse yourself of it and just put your phone down, not read it, not buy into it, and just enjoy the fruits of the good and just ignore the bad.
Yeah, we have a saying in my house with my kids. It's, we don't have time to hear why the haters love us today. So,
oh my gosh, that's great.
Yeah, that's our slogan.
Did you make that up?
I did.
Oh my gosh.
And what the biggest thing, the craziest thing that I learned actually from a Bravo exec the other day was that 3% of our audience is on social media.
They're the loudest.
Yes, I'm actually surprised.
Yeah, that shocked us too.
So when you actually just focus on the people who are viewing in from their homes and giving us massive love, when we come here and we're just doing our thing, or Laverne and Shirley thing here, and people recognize us. That's the love and the support that we live for. And yeah, BravoCon's amazing. Watch What Happens Live is amazing, but truly it's about the people who, because honestly, who do you know that watches a show and gets online and tweets about it?
No, that is so true. Yes, that's so true. That's so true.
So I think that learning that lesson, it took 5 years, really.
Yeah, because you feel everything to heart, and you want to be loved. You want everyone to enjoy the show, and so it can hurt. But when you realize that I've never gone on a show's page and like said something horrible to another person.
Yeah.
And I watch every show on every network. So you just have to like take it with a grain of
Like,
salt.
can you imagine if I got on your Instagram? I'm like, Heather, don't ever wear those pants again.
Yeah, like stop losing weight.
Specifically us, I think we love the fans. We wouldn't be here without them.
Of course. Okay, so I wanted to talk about the current season airing. How was shooting this season for you guys? Obviously, I know you guys had a bit of like a bumpy road the last couple of years in your friendship. How did you kind of reconcile, and where are you? I mean, obviously you guys are good now, but how do we see that develop over the season?
Well, like everything broke for us in San Diego in the lingerie you lost me fight.
I've never fought with Whitney like this ever. We have had big disagreements, but she has never looked at me and called me a liar.
You just lost me for ever. You lost me forever, and that was the biggest mistake in your life.
And so we've been like kind of trying to rebuild from there. And we've had like ups and downs, but truly the big pivot was in Bermuda on that beach.
Monica is not who she says she is.
Okay.
She's not our friend.
Okay.
She's someone that has schemed and worked to infiltrate our friend group.
Okay. What's
And the
happening?
name that you all know her as, the woman whose birthday we celebrated, who we have been trying to champion and support and defend. Is Reality Von Teese.
No.
What?
No.
Like we put our weapons down and like I think recognized and remembered like why we were a safe space for each other and why we loved each other and why it was important that we like got back to bad weather.
Yeah, and what solidified it even more for me, I can't share yet, but just to tease it, was our finale of season 5. Walking away from that dinner, the finale, that's when I knew, Heather, like I will do anything to save this relationship.
And I'm like, what did I do at the finale?
No, we.
Just kidding.
You
I'm joking.
remember?
Yes, I'm beat.
You slept in my bed that night. Oh, oops! I teased that.
Reveal.
So can you tell me about the new Housewives? Obviously have joined you guys this season. How do you think they're fitting into the cast?
More nuts for the trail mix. Brittany was my friend, and I think she's like an incredible asset because she's just messed up and funny and like transparent and earnest and charming. And so it was really fun to film with her. Bronwyn was new and did some things that made me question her motives, and I'm very protective of my relationships with these women, so I was a little bit got off on the wrong foot, but stay tuned, you'll understand why, and I will be right. And then maybe not, but I think I will be, right?
I think that we both have a lot to learn still. Like we're learning.
Yeah,
we're
new.
still
It's
learning.
new.
Yeah,
it takes a long time
But-
to grow an old friend, and we have layers. Like we've all been together for 5 years, but for years before that too.
Let's just say I love Brittany because her energy is chaotic and it's amazing. And then Bronwyn, I think, was a real test of our friendship, and we passed the test. Like no one's gonna come between us.
Good point. You are so hot. Like you're gonna be like a huge star. Like we should like get as much footage as we can.
Yeah, have you
Let's ride
considered
this
joining the
sunset.
Sydney Housewives?
I actually interviewed them on the red carpet, and I interviewed Andy Cohen as well when he came to Sydney.
Love you.
It was a red carpet interview, so it was like really quick.
But if Heather and I can get there, you can get there. Trust me, you're way ahead of us.
I'll be. Dream big, baby. Dream big. If Heather can get there,
I said
anybody
Heather and
can
I.
fucking get there.
I said if Heather and
know, but
I.
it's- I know.
When you met me, I had like a pixie cut and
A shaved head, and she didn't want to be pretty. Go figure.
That is shocking to me. You're such a glam girl now.
I've always been a glam girl, but I had to ditch it for a year to prove a point. The most sexy I've ever felt in my entire life.
And yet you have hair now, so.
You want to get the clippers?
Season 6. I'm going to shave Whitney's head.
Oh my gosh.
If we get invited back. Fingers crossed, bravo.
Okay, what is your favorite thing about filming Housewives?
It's a full adrenaline rush. Like, there is no universe that anyone could create where a woman my age with like my history could go on TV with like crazy women, be, fly around the world, be able to just give all of my rage, all of my ambition, all of my humor to, and they can just take it. I mean, it's an incredible experience.
Something that Heather and I say all the time, like we pinch each other, like we literally just get to dress up and go to dinners and just say whatever we want. It's amazing.
And like
Literally
gossip.
give yourself
Yeah.
permission to say
But-
whatever you think.
yeah,
It's
but-
freeing.
The truth is, these moments is what makes it worth it to me. Like, we're sitting in Sydney, Australia, looking at the most amazing view, meeting all of the beautiful people that we've met, and I'm with my bestie, and it's like, that
That's
is-
so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Pinch.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
she pinches really hard. And
It
she
feels
occasionally
unbelievable.
bites me. I have a bite mark from the first
From
night.
when?
It's a love bite, just like the penguins at the Penguin Encounter,
Yes.
which we encourage everyone
I
to
think
visit.
that's what we were interpreting. I think we were doing a reenactment.
Yes,
Oh my
we've
God.
really embraced everything Sydney has to offer, including penguin behavior.
Okay, what is the hardest thing about filming Housewives?
The way it affects our kids. Because, well, I don't think it's true for all housewives, but in our community, it's just not, it has no value. And no one acknowledges it, and everyone just like talks around it. So I think the kids feel it more than anything.
Yeah, well, especially in Heather and I's case, where we've left the predominant culture of the Mormon church. So our kids have taken the direct hit of that. That's the hardest part. And
The best part's the money and fame.
Classic.
it is hard to, like, sit there and go the rounds. I know Heather keeps saying, like, the fighting is fun, but sometimes it's really hard. Like, it
Yeah,
hurts.
like hard, like
It
running a
hurts.
marathon is
Yeah.
hard, or hard like lifting. I don't know. I've never run a marathon, and I don't lift weights, but I imagine it's hard, but has its own benefits.
Yeah.
Do I lift weights? Yeah. Yeah. I have a gym in my house.
I wondered. Okay, and I just
I
know
gave
have
you,
a bar.
I've literally gifted
I know you
weights.
gifted me a ball and like the
And
hand
weights.
weights, but I was thinking, do you do big like power weights?
Yeah, come to my house. Let's do it.
Welcome to Fitness with Whitney Rose.
I will do anything to move to Australia and be on TV here.
Who's going to be your Heather counterpart in Sydney?
There is no one that replaces
Then you
Heather.
stay in Salt Lake City.
It's Whitney and Heather down under.
Duh.
Thank you guys so much. This has been insane.
Cut.
Thank you,
Direct
guys.
act scene.
All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that interview. Thank you again to Heather and Whitney for being so candid with me, having the best time with me during that interview. Thank you again to Hayu. And you guys can stream season 5 of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City only on Hayu the same day as the USA. Brand new episodes are released every Thursday. As always, please remember to rate, review, and subscribe. It helps me so much. It helps me grow. Please rate me on Spotify. We're trying to get more reviews on our Spotify. I love you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.